All right, welcome to the Maumee Valley Whiskey Society virtual blind flight night. Tonight's theme is Who Dey. I'm super excited to get into it. How you doing? How you doing today?
I'm good.
We had a wild day today.
We did. We were busy, but that's what happens when you have children.
Yeah, well, and the barrel pick release today.
That too.
So that was going on. Ohio released some Four Roses barrels. So it was a busy day today. Thank you to everyone who supported the Whiskey Society, who got one of the Found North barrel picks. We sold out in 3 hours and 20 minutes. So that was a collaboration with the Stuff and Whiskey channel. But really awesome turnout. Thank you guys so much. But for tonight, let's get into it. Backstage, we've got Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Hey.
We've got Will.
Hello.
Jackie and Josh.
Hello.
We've got Tom with us tonight.
Hello.
Kevin.
What's up, friends?
And Ron. All right, guys. Like I said when we were backstage, I'm super excited for tonight. I'm glad you guys decided to join us on this really cryptic theme. So for anybody who might be watching and joining us for the first time, really kind of simple how we do this. We are going to taste through each of our 6 samples one at a time. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to give us their first impressions. Once we've been through all 6, we can go back the other way, do some side-by-sides, let everybody get their ranking down. We'll do a group score, and then we will reveal what we've been drinking. So are you guys ready to get into it?
Yep.
All right, I'm really ready. So let's go ahead and pick up glass 1. And I actually worked on it like last minute with 15 minutes to go. I've got our good timer ready for us. So we're going to get the timer up. Let everybody spend 2 minutes with this glass, and we'll come back with your first impressions. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that new timer and gave you a little bit of time to get familiar with the glass there. Let's go around the room and see what you guys thought. Aaron, let's start with you. What did you think first impressions on glass 1?
I really liked the nose, and I was kind of surprised at the low proof. Has a nice sweetness to it. That's about all I got. I got vanilla. But I like it.
Okay. Yeah, the nose, I thought the nose was really good. I got that vanilla. It was like layer upon layer of vanilla caramel on the palate. And then with a little bit of bready yeastiness, and then really, really light sweet oak. but then it turned and did something weird on the finish for me late on the finish. I don't know. What did you think?
No, I agree. It tastes. I mean, it's not really complex. It's a good like classic bourbon, but it's not. There's not a lot going on, and it kind of fell flat on the palate for me.
I don't think it fell flat. I think it was just like right down the strike
There wasn't
zone,
much to it.
like that 5-year-old 90-ish proof normal
Okay.
bourbon.
It doesn't matter what you think. What does Will think?
That's true. It doesn't matter what I think. We need to go to Will, our resident tasting note expert.
There you go.
Will, what
All
did you think about glass one?
So this is, of the 6, noticeably the second darkest. It clings to the glass but doesn't run. First hit on the nose was like musty straw, bonfire, and unripened pears. And the flavor hit me as very mellow and thin up front, leading to a yeast note with an unfinished wood sugar. So if you had, if you've ever had maple syrup before it was maple syrup, like in the thinning down process, and it kind of has a slicking mouth feel, and it finished out with almost kind of like minty effervescence. And the finish I described as long but uninteresting.
Yeah, that effervescence. I was getting that finish was like almost an effervescence, but drying at the same time slightly. And then I agree with like the younger. I thought it had a younger sweet oak, not like a raw wood, like a younger. But Jackie's been pulling out some great tasting notes. So let's go to Jackie. What did you think of that one?
It's funny you say that because this one I did not have good notes at all. I feel like there wasn't much to the smell, maybe some oakiness. The taste, maybe like a fruity and then turned spice, but I feel like it was a pretty short finish. I didn't really, wasn't very strong. It seems like, I think it was Aaron that said a lower proof.
Okay. Josh, how about you? What did you think about glass one?
It was really sweet on the nose. And I got like an old musty oak taste to it. And then it was like spice, and then it just went away for me.
Okay. Interesting. So that's two of you that mentioned a musty oak. I got like a younger, mild oak. So that's interesting. Tom, what did you think? First impressions on glass one?
First impressions on the aroma of it, I got like a fruity oak, like some kind of a fruit, that oaky smell, the wood flavor. It was just very watery, very weak. The only flavor I was picking out was like a sweet, but not a good sweet, like cherry medicine flavor to it, almost like you're sucking on like a lozenge or something, because I also got like a bittery minty after. It was almost like a cough drop thing, and this I did not really care for it. And the proof was definitely low on it too.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. All right. So we got some people in the chat here going on. So all I can see right here is Facebook users. So whoever's watching on Facebook, thanks. Let us know who is watching. And then Paul Smith is with us. Cheers, Paul.
Well, they like them because.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin, what did you think? First impressions on glass one?
It just smelled oaky. It had like, I don't know, it kind of had that musty oaky to me as well. When I tasted it, I had a lot of sweetness, red licorice. It was low proof, crushable. I kind of thinking maybe I was drinking this earlier today.
Okay. All right.
So I don't want to put out what I was drinking, but yeah, I have an idea.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll see. Let's go to Ron. Ron, what did you think about glass one?
I had a sweet smell like everybody else did right off the bat. On my descriptions, it's very smooth. I had like a dark fruit. I think you guys kind of hinted towards that, like a lozenge, but yeah, dark fruit, a slight light wood taste, just a little bit, caramel, tobacco, and then a slight spice on the end, and it just kind of numbed the outside of my lips a little bit, but didn't have a strong finish.
Okay. All right. All right. So this is going to be really interesting because we got comments across the board on this one. Where are we at here? Thumbs up, sideways, or thumbs down? I'm actually leaning a little towards thumbs up. Okay. So that's what I thought. We are really mixed all the way around. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, interesting start. Well, let's go ahead and pick up glass 2, and we'll see if this changes our minds any. So I'll get into our timer, and then when we come back, we'll get your guys' first impressions on glass 2.
Ooh.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of enjoyed number 2. What did you think?
I said it was good throughout. There's a little, I mean, it had a little bit more going on than 1. I do agree with you. I mean, you said cinnamon brown sugar, and that's then I smelled and tasted, but there's just a little more to it. It was, I don't know, better than 1.
All right. Let's go the other way around the room here. Let's start with Ron. Ron, what did you think? First impressions on glass 2?
It was slightly different. I had a lot of similarities between the two. Still had that darkish kind of little bit of fruit. It did a cinnamon type mint for me. No wood. There was no wood, slight wood like the last one had. And then the caramel and the vanilla, same as everybody else. Not a super strong finish, and just a slight spice towards the back of the tongue. That was about it.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty close to being on board step by step with you on that one. I had that fruit with like that cinnamon brown sugar instead of cinnamon, regular white sugar mixed on the nose. I picked up a little bit of like brown sugar caramel wood kind of notes on the side of my tongue, but let's go over to Josh and Jackie. Jackie, what did you think about glass 2?
Definitely a lot different than the first one. I feel like with the nose, I got like a caramel apple almost. And then the flavor, I had a hard time figuring out what I was getting, but now that you say the cinnamon brown sugar, I can kind of get that. And then the kind of like a medium finish.
Josh, what about you?
I got caramel on the nose, and then the flavor was like buttery at first, and then it turned bitter to me. And it was really weird. I usually don't get a finish like on the side of my tongue. I usually don't understand when people say that, but I actually got that on this one, which was
all right. Nice. Okay. All right, Jackie. I like I actually like the candied apple thing. Maybe the apple might have been that fruit.
Yeah.
It's more difficult for me to pick up apple, surprisingly, on a bourbon, which is very common for a lot of people.
I was thinking of like an apple with a little bit of caramel, but like rolled in cinnamon and brown sugar. Like
Yeah,
how they do that
yeah.
outside of that.
All right. Well, let's see what Tom thought. Let's see if this was any better for him. Tom, glass 2.
It was better than 1. It was weird though because like the whole, I don't know what to call it, journey it took me on was very similar to 1 though, where like the first sip of it was really smooth, really easy to drink, but in this one it kind of built to a spicier finish, which was nicer. But as that spice sat in my mouth and I was just sitting there not drinking it, is when I got the weird, like, grassy, minty flavor in my mouth after it was finishing, like not currently drinking it. Overall, I liked it better than 1, though. It had like a syrupy oiliness with the smoothness of it that I enjoyed.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So it's Don. Don Will's with us. Hey, Don. Thanks for checking us out tonight. Let's go over to Kevin. Kevin, what did you think about glass 2?
So I didn't get any oak off the aroma like I did off the first one. It was even sweeter than the first one. I got like jujube, like that candy. I was like, these are my jams. I like these two, man. I really do. I think they might be the same distillery. I think we're doing the same distillery. I don't know. But I really like these. These are, like I said, these are my jams. Way different notes on the nose, but they were both sweet. I thought they were very similar. This one was a little sweeter.
Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the reveal, but that's a long time from right now. We got a lot more to work through. But I'm glad you're liking them. I really am.
That's awesome.
Let's go to Will. What did you think about glass 2?
This hit me completely differently than glass 1. The nose, it was extremely bright up front, and then it hit a very big ethanol burn. Notes of roasted toffee and black tea. On the flavor, it was extremely mellow, a little thin, but I really enjoyed the flavor with like a extra sweetened molasses, with notes that were like citrusy and bright, and floral, almost like a rose and cherry blossom.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what this is, but I did note I'd like to buy it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, we'll see if we can do that. Let's see. And Aaron, what did you think? First impressions on glass 2.
First sniff, I got a musty, and then I got like a berry note, and then I got the sweetness, but it hit me more intense than the first one.
Where's my work?
And I'm not sure if the spice is rye or proof. So it's but it's very, I mean, I was getting the apple note, I was getting a little floral. So I think, I mean, it's definitely better than the first one.
Okay. Good. All right. So yeah, this one very similar to number 1. I thought number 1 was right kind of down the plate as far as a classic bourbon, right? Like not complex, tastes good, you can just sip on it. And then 2 was that same thing, and maybe just a notch above it, at least for me. So let's find out where it was for everybody else. Are we thumbs up, sideways, or thumbs down? Okay. Much more positive across the board on that one. Very interesting. Okay, we're heading in the right direction. So let's see if we can keep that up. Let's go ahead and pick up glass 3. We'll pull up our timer. We'll spend 2 minutes with glass 3, and we will come back with your first impressions.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me
crispy.
All right. I am really interested to get your guys' impressions on this one. Let's go back through the other way now. Aaron, let us know what you thought about Glass 3.
Space says it all.
Okay. If it's a bourbon, it's got some kind of finish on it. It tasted smoky. The first impression it tastes like, or it smelled like an old fruit. Not I'm at a
with you.
loss.
I'm with you. So when I was
you want me to get my notes?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I said it smelled like a walnut. So that would be like that old, like kind of an older,
probably like walnut,
whatever.
like a walnut shell, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, I mean, of course, Joe said cherry, so then that's all I smelled was like a walnut cherry with some oak on it. It started out sweet, and then the palate just did not go to anything that I would remotely like. And so,
Well, no, it's
not good.
So it's difficult when you have a whiskey that stands out like this one does, and you build the flights to not think back what it is. But before I realized, and I think I know which one this is. Before I realized that, though, I had cherry oak and proof, cherry oak and ethanol on the nose, and then that cherry and oak followed through really well on right at the beginning of the palate. But leading into the finish, I can't give you my notes into the finish because then I realized what it was, and I think that's why Aaron had the reaction he did. But I really cannot wait to see what Will has to say about this. So, Will, what did you think? Glass 3.
I have some strong feelings about Glass 3.
Okay.
So I first hit it on the nose and I was really excited because the first thing it reminded me of, I've got a bottle of whiskey barrel aged maple syrup that I absolutely love. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then I got a little bit of like almost a smoking cinnamon, like if you were to use cinnamon to smoke something. On the taste, first it was smooth and I was really happy, and then whatever it is hit me. And I have like bitterwood, mesquite. It finished cured meats. It reminds me of bad bacon.
Yep.
Under notes, I have nope with 4 exclamation points.
So when you said like mesquite and cured meats, and then you said bad bacon, I wouldn't think bad bacon. But have you ever had like raw bacon, like uncured, like unsmoked bacon?
Yes,
is what it kind of reminded me. Kevin, your reaction when we came back from the timer was priceless. Let us know what you were thinking.
We're not drinking Penelope anymore. Leather, not even good leather, like bad leather, like a cow wearing a leather sweater vest in the middle of July, sweating in that leather on cows. I'm out on this one. I put no, pleaded.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right, Kevin's out on that one.
Bad cow leather in the middle of July
and sweating. Tom, let us know what you thought.
On the nose, I was really looking forward to it because I was getting like this sweet candy, like almost like a breadiness, and then I took a sip and it was, I don't know where this flavor came from, but I had banana, and it was just this not a pleasant banana, not like banana candy even. It was just this weird banana flavor that couldn't leave my mouth. And I got that smoky, weird, I don't know, but it was just like this strange banana flavor for me.
No, I think you're right. Smoked, rotting banana peels.
Yeah.
I think
Has anyone ever
you guys have never smoked banana peels after they've rotted before?
Well, I was thinking maybe if you use banana peels to smoke bacon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie, come on. This is right up your road. Let us know what you thought.
Oh, this is a definite no. At first, like the smell, it got like a fruity perfume. And then the taste, it was like a sweet chocolate at first, but it quickly turned. And the only thing I could get was skunk.
Yeah.
I did not. No, Josh does not like my tasting note. But
Josh, help us out, buddy. What did you think?
Yeah, I didn't get much on the nose, but I think it was Kevin said leather, and like not like the regular leather you get off of a whiskey bourbon. It was just like disgusting. I don't. It's like a gross leather.
Okay.
That July sweater weather.
So I think this one is a victim of it. If it's the one I'm thinking, it's a pour that you have to know what it is going into it. And if you're prepared, I think you might have different notes. But let's see what Ron thinks. Ron might love this one.
I had the cherry too in the beginning, but I don't like floral. I hit floral and grassy herbal kind of thing, and it just didn't do it for me. It had that pepper on the end. It was a slight wood, nutty. I had nutty circled in my little thing right here. It had all right. Let's say one positive thing about it. The finish was good and still holding on the back of my throat. Let's say one good thing.
Okay.
So
okay.
But other than that, I say with like the rest, I'm not a true fan of this one. So it's gonna be a thumbs down.
Okay. Well, let's do that. I'm you know what? I'm just okay on this one. But I'm a little biased because I know what it is. Oh wow. Kevin's giving us the down.
Animated thumbs down.
Oh, Aaron likes it. Aaron likes it. That's hey.
I can give you a positive on it. It might clear my drains when I pour it down my sink later tonight.
Oh, you know, we're hurting somebody's feelings somewhere because somebody made this, put some effort into this. So
I think
gotta try
I'm
harder.
used to this. I actually think it's a little better than the first one.
Yeah. Wow. See, yeah. Go back to the nose on 3. The nose is pretty
isn't the
good.
problem, it's the
Pretty
palate.
good. Okay.
I'm not going to give it a thumbs up, but I would say I think I like it better than the first one too.
Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. Well, after this very decisive or split first 3 that we got here, I think it's a good time to take a time out, get some water, clear your palates out. Some of you probably want to maybe go brush your teeth after number 3. I don't know.
I can't get rid of that finish. It's just sticking with me.
It is. It hangs around a little while. It does. But I want to take a little pause. We had a great day today. Again, thank you everyone who participated in our first barrel pick of 2023. A collaborative pick with the channel Stuff and Whiskey. It's fantastic. We sold out in 3 hours and 20 minutes. I know there are a couple of people out there, and if you're watching this, I'm sorry, who wanted one, who forgot about it, didn't get online, missed it. That's going to happen with all our picks. But I want everyone to keep in mind that when we can sell through our barrel picks really quick like that, that looks great for our retail partners and our distributors, and they want to do more business with us. And if we're that group that's known for doing really good picks and they sell out really quick, we're going to have even more better opportunities presented to us. So thank you everyone who helped support us with that. This month, we've got another one coming up. Actually, we have 2 coming up this month. Next week, there's a group of us going to be in Nashville for a Nashville Barrel Company pick. So after we actually select that, we'll have some bottle information and tasting notes and let everybody know when that will be available. And then at the end of the month, we've got another group of us going down to Starlight, and we've got a Starlight group pick. And both of those are going to be with collaboration with the Stuff and Whiskey channel as well. So two really good picks going on to be excited for. We've got, so this hasn't posted for tickets yet, but this month's in-person event is going to be at the Monclova Community Center again. And we're going to have a representative from Journeyman Distillery from up in Michigan joining us. And we're going to have a taste through of their products. So that's going to be really fun. I'll have information out on that very soon and tickets available for that. So, and then also the last thing I wanted everyone to make sure they're aware of is we, today, what is the day today? Saturday. Yesterday, was Bottle and Bond Day.
Hmm.
And that kicked off our Bottle and Bond March Madness bracket. First round 1 video dropped yesterday. There's going to be a video drop every Friday this month. And then, so there's going to be 4 rounds. We're going to take the winner, we're going to take the winner from all those 4 of those rounds. And then on our Saturday, April 1st, I think my little short video said March 1st, but it's April 1st. Our virtual blind flight night is going to be a taste off from the winners from each round of the Bottle and Bond flight. So that's going to be a really fun virtual blind flight night to get into. So keep that in mind. All right. So hopefully everyone's had a chance to recover from glass 3. Let's go ahead and pick up glass 4. We will bring our 2-minute timer up here, spend 2 minutes with it, and we will come back with your first impressions. Cheers.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh.
All right. I can tell you right off the bat, I want another pour of this one.
So, can I tell you, I spent all day watching the Bourbon Junkies on that pour
guesses.
Yeah. And you know how they always do the Malart, and then it ruins the rest of their pours for the first month, for the first pour. I went back and I tasted 1 and 2. I didn't like them anymore after that 3. I think it skewed my palate a little bit because the more I drink it, the more I'm starting to like it. But that really ruined my palate.
Okay. Well, what did you think about? We'll start with you. What did you think about glass 4, though?
I still get the leather smell, but it's like if I didn't have that last one, like it's a good leather smell. It's just kind of like I said, the whole Malart. If I was drinking that. But I didn't like it at first at all.
Okay.
But now I actually like it. It's sweeter. It's like an in between 2 and 3. So it's like it's not as sweet, but it's also it's closer to 3 than it is sweeter to me. It's still got that like pleated smokiness to me. And I don't know if that's left over from the last one or if that's this one. So
okay.
I'm on the fence on this one.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, this one, I wanted just more and more of this one. This one, I got sweet, sugary, older oak, almost like a dusty. Like when I bust my dusty Jim Beam bottles, that's loving it. But what did you think?
So it was like I wrote oak dripping in sugar, and
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
it had like a syrupy sweetness. So it was almost, I mean, initially a little too sweet on the first sip, but I mean, it's got good proof, a good mouth feel. I think it's my favorite so far.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing was the proof, right? Like I think I agree with everyone. We started off lower proof, and this one had a real nice proof point. Let's continue across the middle of the screen here. Tom, give us your first impressions on Glass 4.
Time with this one.
The first one I actually liked. I really enjoyed this one. It started with like a butterscotch sweetness, and then faded to like a peppery leather with a long finish and that warming finish in it. And on the nose, it did have a little bit of like almost like a older, oaky smell to it. But overall, I enjoyed this one a lot.
Awesome. All right. And Josh and Jackie. Jackie, what did you think, Glass 4?
I agree with everybody else so far. I like this one a lot more. I got kind of like a sweeter butterscotch at first, and then got some spice, maybe some cinnamon, maybe like cinnamon sugar because it was kind of sweeter. I think a lot more complex, but I liked it.
Okay. Josh, what about you?
Yeah, it was really fruity for me. And then for smell, and then the flavors, I got juicy fruit, bananas, kind of like a sweet marshmallow. It was kind of all over the place, but it was good.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Man, I wish I got that out of that.
Ron, what did you think? First impressions on Glass 4?
I had a slight beginning in the smell. I had a slight ethanol, but then I had a banana and cherry on the taste. The herbal on it was slightly less than 3, so it was a little bit better for me than 3 was. I had the cinnamon, caramel, vanilla, a slight wood. It had straight legs down the glass when I it was really good. It was definitely better than 3. And I like the description. It was in between a 2 and a 3. I'll probably be a thumbs up on this one.
Okay. All right. And Will, what did you think? First impressions on Glass 4?
First impression, when I smelled it, I was very concerned. I got what I can best describe as the smell of original Listerine.
Oh.
However, once I tasted it, I was taken aback. It gave me kind of like a roasted honey on charred wood, freshly cut grass, and it finished out with a very tannic dryness that I would expect out of like cellulistic plant material. Like if you took your pomegranate seeds and you got all the good juicy sweetness and the tartness, and then you're just left with like the plant mass, the dryingness that puts on your palate. It's kind of how this finished out for me.
Okay. Interesting. When you say that about the original Listerine, if I just go to the nose just real quick and bring it away, I can get whiffs of that from back in the day. Aaron, what did you think? First impressions on Glass 4?
Well, I got that ethanol punch right away. I got the sweetness, and I got a mesquite note, and I kind of like that. So I was comparing 2 and 4, and I think 4 takes it.
Okay. All right. I think this one was much more popular. Where are we at? Actually, I'm 2 thumbs up with this one. This is right up my alley. Okay, so still okay, a little mixed. So positive across the board, but a little mixed. All right. Okay, so we're covering a little bit after 3. Well, now I'm just looking at what I got on the board here. The last 2 look pretty dark compared to the rest of them. So let's go ahead and pick up Glass 5. We'll spend 2 minutes with it and come back with your first impressions. Cheers.
up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. Just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh.
Okay, folks. I said I was 2 thumbs up on the last one. I might be 3 thumbs up on this one.
I'm back.
Oh, Kevin's back.
Wardrobe change.
He's back with us. All right. So I mean, I was so excited about this. I had toasted marshmallow fluff drizzled in melting butter on the nose. Then it moved into like a toasted almond butter with some hazelnut and vanilla marshmallows.
With an oily, spicy mouth.
Oh my god. I like that one. But again, it doesn't really matter what I thought. Let's go around and see what everybody else thought. Aaron, what did you think? First impressions on Glass 5.
I got a lot of proof, a lot of ethanol right away.
Okay.
And I got through the palate also. I think this is the highest proof of night so far. But I got like a young oak. I don't know if that's what I'm smelling, but it's what it kind of smelled like. And then the taste, it had like a tannic note for me. I didn't care for it.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Will, back me up, man. Did you get all my toasted hazelnut melted butter?
You don't want to know what I thought about that.
He hated it.
My first hit on the nose was sauerkraut or fermented cabbage fermentation, big yeast hits, and like a pile of musty wet leaves.
Oh man,
flavor.
I'm
I'm gonna go corn, and corn with butter that you browned so far that you burnt the dairy fats, and you ended up with burnt brown butter.
Okay. So the only thing I heard was almond butter, toasted vanilla, melted butter, hazelnut. That's the thing I heard. Okay, that's all right. We're having 2 very different experiences here. Let's go with Kevin. Kevin, what did you think about Glass 5?
So my first sip, my first smell, I was like, this is delicious. And then I took a sip and it was like, I got like tangerine. And then on the finish, I got that hazelnut. I found it a higher proof. I actually really like this one a lot. I mean, it's between 2 and 5 right now.
Okay. Very interesting. All right. Tom, how about you? What did you think about Glass 5?
Yeah, the first sip I had of it, I got everything you were saying. I got like the aroma was toasty, sweet, and then the flavor of it, I did have the toasted marshmallow in there, peppery. The more sips of it I had, it wasn't as good as the first sip, and I made me sad because I loved the first sip. So overall, it was all right. I think I liked, maybe 4 a little bit better than this one. But it was good. I just wish it would have stayed as consistent as it was from the first sip for me.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Josh and Jackie. Jackie, lay it on us. What'd you think?
As I got like butterscotch at first, and then I kind of feel like I'm more in line with Will on the other part of the smell. I have stinky feet, but I can also get his like at least, yeah. But the taste was different. Like the taste, I got the butterscotch, some spice maybe. I think that was a lot better than the smell. I still can't quite. It reminds me of something, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Okay. All right. Josh, what did you think?
Yeah, I got the kind of a sweeter butterscotch on the smell. And I got like a buttered popcorn for the flavor.
Okay. All right. So you're getting more of the corn note. You know, I think with you and Will, I think I can see those corn notes. Maybe I just like it. Mellow corn, Kevin.
This is better. This is better.
Okay. Ron, let us know what you thought, Ron. Glass 5.
I had butterscotch on the smell right off the rip, and then when I tasted it, I had that butterscotch marshmallow. Very strong, nice and sweet. Hit the front of the tongue, sweet. A little bit of cinnamon in there. I like this. This one's my number one right now out of the 5.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So this is what I love. How different these tasting notes and rankings come out. This is going to be a very interesting group ranking.
No, and it's always fun because you never you think your palate is something, you try it blind, and maybe it's not, and then you get tasting notes from I hate it to I love it.
I'm going to be asking to see if anybody thinks they can call what these are, because that's going to be great. Where are we at on this one? I don't know. I was 2 thumbs up in the last one. I think I'm a very strong thumbs up on this. Me, Justin, Ron. Is that? Oh nope, Josh and Kevin. Oh yeah, Kevin liked it too. Okay, so again, we're a split crowd. Okay, very interesting.
The reveal is going to be fun.
The reveal is going to be really fun on this. I'm really looking forward to that. So
I know who they are.
All right, we have one glass left. Let's go ahead and pick up glass number 6. We'll get our timer up. Spend 2 minutes with it and come back with your first impressions. Cheers. All right. Well, I guess I saved the best for last because 4, 5, and 6 are definitely my top 3 right now.
Well, you can have it.
All right, Aaron, we're starting with you, buddy. Let's see what you think about glass 6.
This is the grainiest one I've ever had.
Really?
Yes, I don't. I got floral on the nose, and then it was just grainy. The thing that comes to my mind is like feeding the chickens or something with just grain. It's
Mm.
I don't know. I gave it 3 tries, and I don't like it.
Okay. So I had a lot of like bitter dark chocolate and oak on the nose. That bitter dark chocolate translated to the palate. I actually like the palate, and then the finish went a little drying. It does have a lot of wood tannins. So some of those like sharper bitter wood tannins, like on a bitter red wine or something like that, might be a turn off to some people. I tend to like that, but
the nose is better than
the nose is better. I'll agree. The nose is better than the palate. I'm the one who said dark chocolate and bitter to begin with.
And then
on the palate, I just expected there to be more. I mean, when it translates into that bitter tannin, you lose me. I don't like that. So
yeah. Will, what did you think? First impressions on Glass 6?
It was the darkest, obviously. On the nose, toasted black walnuts, cherries, marzipan, and fresh cut oak. Initial flavor on the tongue was cinnamon, and that quickly gave way to what I described as raw sugar cane. So if you had a cutting from the flesh of a sugar cane and you chewed on it, it's both simultaneously sweet, drying, and like vegetative.
Mm-hmm.
And that yelled it out with like an unsalted fried plantain, moderately bitter and cloying, with a warm and smooth finish. And it kind of had like a weird vegetable, like wilted spinach at the end.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that might be, Aaron, that might be what grainy, vegetative, raw, plantain. Those are kind of all in the same, I think, ballpark with those like bitter wood tannins. I think it's coming across differently, right? So other people are going to perceive that differently. But I can see that. Kevin, what did you think about Glass 6?
I got like floral. It was 100% floral to me. Like it felt like I was eating a dandelion the whole time. I think it's a rye. I think it's a rye. I think in a different day I might like it, but to the ones I really like on this one, it's not good. But I think if I were to try it again, I might like it. But it was eating a dandelion for me. It was just like I was out there eating weeds.
You don't often just go out and eat weeds and dandelions for fun?
I did have a dandelion that was soaked in like some Brazilian liquor that numbed your tongue.
Oh yeah, was that at agave and something? What
yeah, then it was delicious. So I think maybe on a different day I wouldn't mind eating dandelions, but on tonight when we went sweetness, floral isn't my thing.
Well, and it always does come into play, right? Like the order you're tasting these in and what you're tasting before and after it really influence. And on any given one of these on their own could come across completely different. So, Tom, what do you think? First impressions on Glass 6?
It was funny to me because the last one, I kept, I liked it at first, kept getting worse. This one, I hated it at first, and then I kept going back to it, and I kept liking it more each time. It was the exact opposite. But I got a lot of, on the nose, I did smell like that floralness on the nose, but I also smelled some toasted, like wood in there. And then I got a lot of like cinnamon, spicy. There was a weirder flavor in there, but I didn't completely hate it.
That's dandelion.
Yeah.
Finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
Okay. All right. Josh and Jackie. Let's go to Josh. Josh, what did you think?
So I got on the nose, I got like a really like almost like a McDonald's sweet tea. And then I got like the for the flavor, I got like a chocolate vanilla sweet oak. It was really good.
Yeah. Jackie, how about you?
I really liked this one. I don't know if anybody's ever had the kitchen sink cookie from Panera, where it has like chocolate chips, caramel, pretzel, salt on it. We got that kind of like sweetness, salty, brownie, and then that was mostly the notes, but kind of carried through with the taste. But I also got like a hint of coffee. Really liked it.
Yes, the coffee note. I can definitely see where you're at on that one. Ron, what did you think about 6?
Slightly sweet floral. I have bitter, wood, like a leather. I didn't like the aftertaste. It definitely proofy. It was not a favorite. Maybe on a day if I'm sipping it with a couple friends, it might be something different. But I just not a super fan of it. It's more of a sideways, kind of like in between.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, let's give our rankings on this one. I think I'm gonna do just a thumbs up. Oh, Jake's, see, we're split across the board. Okay. Now, especially when we were at bars on Whiskey Wednesday, I told people that this was going to be an interesting flight, and I said it was going to be unique, and I think that came across right. But I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, I think there was a glass in here, and it wasn't all the same, but I think there was a glass in here that everybody really liked. Is that true?
Yes.
I think so. So maybe not. I don't know. I think Aaron liked one of the. Aaron, I think you liked one of the earlier ones. But yeah, I told you this was going to promise to be a very unique flight. Super fun. I can't wait for the scoring and the reveal because we are all over the place on this one.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've made it through the 6, we've gotten your first impressions. Let's go ahead and taste back, do some side-by-sides, talk it out. Let's start getting our rankings set. I think I'm close. I got to check on this, though.
I very easily know what's going to be on my top 3, but there's one.
Ron's already got his rankings?
Done.
Oh, see, now 1 and 2 are like smelling sour now.
I know. I had to go back. You have to go like
almost like a sour. 1 is like a sour Skittles on the nose now.
I still absolutely hate number 1.
We're doing these Ohio bourbons.
Hate number 3.
We're doing these Ohio bourbons, right? So number 3 is out of Cleveland.
I don't think a single one of these is from Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 is this one.
We'll have to see.
See, the last time we all disagreed on one, it was like a 1978 Jim Beam or something. And then I'm like, oh, man, now I understand.
The collection's pretty diverse, so.
Well, I said these would be very unique. So now that we've tasted through all of them, if you probably haven't inferred from our theme, Who Dey, the theme Who Dey, you got to figure out, you had to taste along and figure out who they are, because these were ones that I picked that I was almost positive. I would put a bet out there that nobody's ever had before.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm throwing out there. These are ones, that's why it's Who Dey, because I'm pretty sure nobody's had any of these before. And if you have had specific bottles before, I will give you a 2-ounce sample of anything out of my collection.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I had all 6 of these before.
Honor system. Oh. 5 is smelling really nice now.
It was still a very hard no for me.
No. It was still what for you?
Hard no.
ancient.
Okay, I think I'm good. I think my first impression was correct. My first impression was correct. I'm going with my ranking. Raise your hand. Let me see if you're good with your ranking. Okay. All right. Tom's still working a little bit. That's fine.
A little bit.
All right.
Let me get
Are
mine.
you getting yours? Okay.
Yeah.
She's getting hers. I can't. Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait for this video.
You want me to get mine?
Yeah, go ahead and give everybody yours.
Okay, I am 4, 5, 6,
Oh my gosh.
2, 1, 3.
Wait, are we the same rank or the same?
I don't know.
Joe, you don't need to pay her off.
2, 1,
You
3.
already married her.
Okay, so
We literally, he moves his glasses around, and I try not to pay attention to him, and I just go
Okay.
with what I.
well, you let me
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna give you mine. So
Okay.
I am 4, 5, 6, 2, 1, 3.
Yep.
All right.
It
we're
happens a
exactly the
lot.
same.
Although I like to think that I don't palette, apparently. Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't
Okay.
happen. Doesn't. Yeah.
Ron, you ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
5, 2, 4, 6, 1, 3.
Perfect. Aaron?
4, 2, 3, 1, 5, 6.
Okay. Kevin?
2, 5, 1, 4, 6, 3.
Okay. Will?
I am 2, 4, 1, 6, 5, 3.
Okay. Josh?
I'm 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1.
1?
Jackie?
6, 4, 2, 5, 1, 3.
Okay. And Tom, are you ready?
Yep. 4, 6, 5, 2, 1, 3.
Okay. We've got everybody's rankings. I'm going to go ahead and tally these up. You guys finish your pours, talks amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Does anybody want my glass 3?
Yeah,
I think that was number 1.
I couldn't put 3 last just because it was so unique.
Wow.
Oh.
I didn't like glass 3 or 4.
I'm actually curious what glass 3 is because I think I hate it more than Dickel.
Ooh. Ooh.
You didn't say
I hate it more than mellow corn.
You found something you hate worse than mellow.
And Dickel. Me and Will agree. Hey, Will, did you end up
Other
buying that
sticks.
Penelope Rose
Wanna
cast?
try that one.
Yes, I
That's
did.
my last place.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah. I'm like, I got to make this shipping worth it.
I don't know.
Is that on the show, Kevin?
I don't like 4.
Force my number 1.
It was my number.
That's marshmallows. That is straight marshmallow.
Okay,
No.
this is the one I don't like. You can just smell it. I think it smells like.
Don't give her.
Why are you subjecting other people to that?
It's last place for me.
I'm sure it's Wendy.
Yes.
3 bar.
Try that one.
Hey, Aaron, if you're trying to get her to drink stuff, you don't give her what you don't like. That's not.
That's all you got left.
I couldn't even smell that anymore.
You can't?
It's gone.
It's got that young.
I said oak
Yes.
peel?
No. The young oak. The barrel.
I don't like 3 and 4.
A little barrel. Like this one is not bad. It's just he said we've never tried any of these. I compared it to Grace because it's okay. It's just
Can you give us a hint? Are they craft? Or are they?
craft. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, he's adding, and
You don't like that?
Okay.
they're probably the ones when we go to the liquor store that Joe's like, oh, this one's interesting, and then they end up on the shelf.
Interesting.
You know, yeah, they're the interesting one,
Okay. So I've got our ranking.
Interesting to him.
right?
Did anybody guess what came in first place? What glass?
4.
3.
Four.
Four was a
Two.
resounding first place. So I'll give you the rankings and the points here. So in last place with 50 points was glass number 3. Now 50 points we
That's
only
true.
had
Yep.
what,
Nobody liked that one.
9 people? 50 points is a lot. So in 5th place with 41 points is glass 1. In 4th place, and here's where the score gets really tight. 4th place, 3rd place, and 2nd place are only separated by 4 points. And 2nd and 3rd are only separated by 1 point.
Wow.
So in 4th place, glass number 6, 29 points. Glass number 6, 29 points. In 3rd place, glass number 5 with 26 points. In 2nd place, glass number 2 with 25 points. And in 1st place, glass number 4, 18 points.
Oh, I don't like that.
Anybody want to take a guess at bottles?
Penelope something.
There's no
Yeah,
Penelope.
Penelope.
No Penelope.
I'm guessing there's no ancient age, so
No ancient age. No.
okay.
All right. Let me pull up my key here.
Number 3 is a Cleveland.
No Cleveland.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh,
Ready. Let's do this.
there is an Ohio in here.
Oops.
In last place, glass number 3 with 50 points. Now, I know this distillery. This distillery produces products that people do like. Apparently not this label. So in last place, glass number 3 is Beer Barrel Bourbon out of Holland, Michigan.
I love Beer Barrel.
Wow.
This is New Holland Distillery. This is a single barrel store pick from On the Rocks Wine and Spirits. It is 100 proof. And I'm gonna see. So this is finished for 3 months in a beer barrel. So it's a single barrel, New Holland Distillery, beer barrel, single barrel, store pick from On the Rocks Wine, Spirits, in East Lansing. So
Do they produce a beer?
My first tasting note.
yeah, so New Holland is a brewery and distillery,
Okay.
and they'll age a lot of their bourbons and whiskeys in their ex beer barrels.
The beer is very good.
New Holland also makes the Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, I just bought one 2 days ago.
Yep. So I knew nobody had this one before because it is a single barrel store pick from Lansing. And I figured besides Dragon's Milk and some others, probably not a lot of people have had beer barrel before.
So I got like 6 of them.
I've had
Yeah.
that. It was my first experience with their distilling, and I have not bought a single one since because I hated it.
So
Like a bottle, apparently.
that vegetative finish was what I get on a lot of like bitter stouts and IPAs and stuff, and that's what I didn't like about this one. So that was last place. In fifth place, glass number 1 with 41 points. I actually, on its own, I actually think this is a pretty decent whiskey. This is Hainer Distillery. Let's see. Hainer Distilling straight bourbon. This is 90 proof. This is from Troy, Ohio. And this is so they do source. This is from Troy, Ohio, but this is their straight bourbon whiskey and is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. So it is a blend of 15% 3-year-old, 45% 4-year-old, and 40% 13-year-old.
Wow.
40% 13-year-old straight. I looked for a state of distillation because they are sourcing. This is out of Troy, Ohio, but they did not list. It is a straight bourbon whiskey, but it does not list a state of distillation, which is only required for bottle and bond. So straight bourbons do not have to have state of distillation on there, as far as I'm aware. I guess I'd have to check the U.S. code. But a lot of Ohio companies source from MGP, so I'm assuming this is probably MGP. But it is a blend of 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and 13-year-old whiskey, bourbon, straight bourbon. And 40% of it is the 13-year-old. So that is Hainer Distilling. Pretty sure nobody's had that.
Your 2 ounces are safe on that one.
Okay, so that was fifth place. In fourth place, glass number 6 with 29 points. I actually really like this one on its own. This is Davidson Reserve Tennessee Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So it's Tennessee Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is a single barrel store pick from the Old Fort Liquor and Wine. It is 120.83 proof. Now, glass number 6, most people agreed it was higher proof, but I don't think anybody thought it was 120. And this is distilled and bottled by, oh gosh, I'm trying to read that. Pennington Distilling, Nashville, Tennessee. So it is age stated at least 4 years old. It is a Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey and Davidson Reserve. So it is actually distilled and bottled in Nashville. And this is a single barrel store pick. I actually really like this one on its own. Anybody ever had Davidson Reserve? Nope. Well, you traveled on Nashville, you can go there.
Is that the Davison that has several different variations? Like they have a double oak.
No, that is different. That is a David Nicholson that you're thinking of, I believe.
Okay.
Or Davis County, maybe Davis County. Is that Kevin? Is that what you're saying? That's probably what you're saying. Davis County, yeah. So yeah, no, this is Davidson Reserve. This is out of Nashville, Tennessee. Not sourced. It is distilled and bottled by them. Third place is Glass 5. I really like this one. I think this was my second place. This is Broken Barrel. So this is Broken Barrel. This is their limited release cask strength bourbon whiskey finished with rum cask staves. This is 116 proof. It is batch number 1. This is actually distilled. This is distilled by Green River in Owensboro, Kentucky. And then Broken Barrel takes that distillate. This is a total wine pick. and then they finish it. What they do is, you know how Maker's Mark will put the full staves in the barrels to finish it?
Yep.
What they do is they'll take barrel staves, actually break them up and put them into the barrel to finish it. So this used broken rum cask staves. Mash bill is 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley, and it used 80% rum cask staves and 20% rye cask staves. So there is a rye cask stave finished as well with the rum, but it is a total wine pick from Broken Barrel.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So
Oh,
Aaron was right. I think this is one. Or
this is thanks to a guy that I work with. He actually traveled to California, went to Total Wine out there. They had this. They said he was looking for things interesting, and they had this. And I guess it wasn't supposed to hit at their store, but it did, and so it was one of their picks. And
yeah,
he brought it back. And
this is not our first Broken Barrel. I have another Broken Barrel also that I like. I actually like a lot of their products. I like the distillate coming out of Green River. I think Green River produces some really good whiskey. And then when you can take it and do interesting finishes with it, I like that a lot. So that was number 2. And our winner of the night, Glass 4. And I absolutely...
Hold on. You missed number 2.
Oh, I missed number 2.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
I'm sorry. Glass number 2.
The one that I want to buy more of.
Yeah, I'm on the same page.
Guess what?
That was the Penelope.
It is not Penelope. Will was with me when I visited this distillery. It is Magnolia Wheated Bourbon from Noble Cut Distillery.
Nice.
So
all right, I'll head over tomorrow.
I don't know if, Will, you had tried their wheated bourbon Magnolia before.
I didn't pick it, no, because there were other things that I was more excited about. But
yeah, so this
is when we were going through and we were like, we haven't had anything from Noble Cut, and then I saw these bottles and I was like, I think we have some of those at home.
Yeah. So this is batch number 1. It is 94 proof. It is wheated bourbon, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So this is sourced. Noble Cut sources this from MGP, but this is MGP's wheated bourbon mash bill, which you don't often see MGP's wheated bourbon. So I think it's pretty good for a 94 proofer. And it is available in the state of Ohio. Obviously, Noble Cut is a distillery in Columbus. And we went there last year on our distillery tour trip, and we're going to go there again on this year's distillery tour trip. And now we make it to first place. First place, glass number 4. I absolutely love this whiskey. I discovered it when we were traveling down in Kentucky. This one is David James Straight American Whiskey. So David James Straight American Whiskey. This is a 13-year-old, 115 proof American whiskey. It is American whiskey because I believe they do use second fill bourbon barrels. So it cannot be a bourbon because it's second fill barrel. And this is sourced from MGP. But David James is... yeah, Sparta, Kentucky. So the Neely family. So the Neely family owns the David James label in Sparta, Kentucky. David James is their brand. This is their American whiskey. And I want to say I picked this one up because I want to say it was like $55 or $60, and it was a 13-year-old 115 proof. And it's really good. And with the barrel shortage that, if you listen to any whiskey media, you listen to Bourbon Pursuit or anybody in whiskey media, there was a talk last summer about a glass shortage, and now it's a barrel shortage. And there's talk now about distilleries possibly maybe need to move to putting out American whiskeys. You can do it just like bourbon, everything the same. It's just you're using a second fill barrel. And we had a big toasted craze over the last couple of years. Well, a lot of those new toasted oak barrels were only used for 3 or 4 months. Well, now it can't technically be used for bourbon anymore, but it was only used for 3 months. I mean, it barely had any use to it. But you can use those, get just as good a flavor as a bourbon, but you call it an American whiskey. So that might be what we're looking at. But David James, if you're traveling in Kentucky, you can find David James pretty regularly. They have older distillate, higher proof at a reasonable price. And that was our number one.
So like I said, when we go to the distilleries and he picks up the bottle and goes, this one's interesting. These are what you end up with.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think? Any surprises?
Yeah. Well, all of them, because I've never heard of any of them.
Yeah.
No, Kevin, the best part is you picked an Ohio for first and something you can get.
Yes. This one. So,
Which is cool.
you know,
Yeah.
a couple of these are single barrels.
Here.
A couple of these are single barrels. A couple of them, you have to go out of state for. I can't remember where I think the Hainer I picked up in Columbus, actually, that is distributed in Ohio. But the Magnolia is more readily available, and this is the wheated bourbon, so you can definitely find that one.
And it came in
There you go, Will.
There you go.
This is probably a dumb question, but is the beer barrel one that you have there, is that different than like beer barrel? I know beer barrel, the restaurant has a bourbon. Is that different or is that the same thing?
It is.
No, that's different. That's
what
So
I
this-
figured, but
This is produced by New Holland Distillery in Holland, Michigan.
I wonder what the beer barrel restaurant one is.
And it finishes like a beer to us. That's why we didn't say anything. You know what I mean? Say our tasting notes because clearly.
Yeah. So like a hoppy IPA is what I got on the finish of this, and I'm just not a fan of that. So
I got a lot of that with that Origin bourbon too. The same kind of, beeriness to it was what I was getting with it. Except when I had the toasted one, I wasn't getting as much.
Origin, which one?
The one you picked up that you posted in Discord.
Yeah, the Origin that you just bought today.
Dragon's milk.
Oh, the Dragon's Milk. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So I'm a little nervous.
Wait a
I got
minute.
Beer barrel, single barrel, store pick.
What?
from Gaze.
Oh, phew.
Indiana.
I really hated that beer barrel that you had, but I haven't had anything bad. But so now I'm nervous about opening this one.
That's
What's
great.
reveal?
Well, we have, let me check the calendar. I have one more round of Who Dey that I'm going to throw in there. I have a whole nother lineup of different distilleries that I think you guys have never heard of before, even though you heard of a couple of these. I had offerings that you probably hadn't had. But I believe, yeah, our next virtual blind flight night, because of the 2 barrel picks this month, is not till the 1st. So the next virtual blind flight night is going to be the championship series from the Bottle and Bond bracket. And then after that, we'll do the second round of the Who Dey. So we got that to look forward to. So we got World of Whiskey event at Bars Public House if you guys want to attend that on Tuesday. And then I got 2 weeks of traveling and actually almost 3 weeks of traveling and 2 barrel picks. And then on the 22nd, we'll have our event with the representative from Journeyman Distillery. That'll be pretty fun. So, and then on April 1st, the championship series for the Bottle and Bond. But I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. I wanted to present some offerings out there that maybe you may have never heard of before. Maybe you might have found something that you liked. Now, Will can be excited about getting a Magnolia.
Next month, right?
And I do, and it is the wheated mash bill from MGP. So if you find other brands that source their wheated mash bill and you liked that one, it might be a good chance you'll like those as well. So Guys, again, we're right at about 10:30, right where we want to be. Thanks a lot for spending another evening with us. I hope you enjoyed the flight, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend.
These are always super fun. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, all I'm
you.
saying is I'm 2/3 of the way there. I should get like at least a quarter ounce or something. Or,
I think we can hook that up, Kevin. I think we can hook that up. All right, guys. Great night as always. Thanks a lot, and thanks to everyone for watching. We're gonna sign off now. I hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night.
All right.